Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Augie's Silver Lot. Today, I would like to focus on the 1835 Indian Rupee, British East India Rupee. It's a very odd coin. I ran into it a few years ago, and we'll get to the story on it. Let's zoom in on the subject a bit better. And discuss it. Although many were made, this one stands out to me because if you look on the back, it says 1 rupee, but the date is not clear. It says more of an 1855, and you get closer, it is an 1835. And if you get real close, it's 3/5, which means they probably made a mistake and stamped it 1855, then corrected it. Now, where does that leave us? That's the big question. Let's put it back. Now, put it in the picture there. The 1835 rupee, there's been many errors, well, quite a few errors reported, but none like this. And that is the problem I have. I had HA, or discussed it with HA, Heritage Auctions, and they did extensive research on it over the phone. I didn't send it to them. I'm very cautious where I send this coin. May I add that what I've learned is probably the only one of its kind in existence. Whether it's real or whether it's fake, is the only one in existence. The dimensions are consistent with a real one. I'm not saying this is fake, but as with a real one. And the weight is also pretty consistent with an authentic one. And we'll put it on there and say that you can guesstimate the thickness of it. We'll put on the scale. Should come with 11.67. This one comes into about 11 point, well, you're gonna have to listen, believe me, 11.7 and 11.6. It bounces right between where it's supposed to be at 11.67. If I lift it up, it slides off. Moving on. So Heritage Auction said it was unable to really substantiate because of, as I said, no history of such an error to compare with. I sent this coin over to PCGS and paid. Let me get a little zero in on it. To have it authenticated, only have to have them send it back and saying that they couldn't come to a solid agreement and all of them have to agree on its authenticity. So they just sent it back undetermined and only charged me minimal. So for years now, I'm kind of wondering, what do I have? On eBay, it's been, and a guy from India, Adish, maybe he's watching this, said he thought it was real, but being that it's not authenticated, cannot give me what it would be worth. At which point I said, no, I'll hold on to it. So I'm hoping somebody out there might be able to give me a bit more lead on what to do with this coin. I look at it this way. It's the only type known error in this coin in the world, according to HA and PCGS. They have nothing to compare it with, to repeat myself. So therefore, it's the only one. Now, if it's real, it's worth a lot of money. If it's not real, I would compare it to Confederate currency, which I deal with, era Confederate currency and Confederate currency. There's counterfeit Confederate currency made by Sam Upham in the 1800s during the Civil War, that he made a lot of Confederate currency counterfeit and flooded the Confederacy, the South, with them to confuse them and mess up their monetary system, which it did. Throughout history, Sam Upham's counterfeit currency, Confederate currency, has become more valuable in some cases, in many cases, than the actual currency itself. My point goes to show that even though something is not authentic, if it's rare enough, it's got value to it. Hoping I can apply that theorem to this coin. Moving onward, I made some blow-up pictures, so maybe it would help look at things better. And if anybody out there has any interest, they can kind of like get a better picture of things. No pun intended. There we go. That's the front. The little, whatever they call them, ventricles or whatever on the side are questionable real, questionable fake. Moving to the back, you can see what I mean where it says 1835 or 1855. Blowing up the 1835, we can also see what I mean. It's 3/5, quite evident. So there we have it. I'll just give this one more time, and so you guys get a better look at it. And one more on this shot. I counted the berries, and tell you the truth, I lost count. I think there's supposed to be 18 berries. Anyway, that's about it. I won't go on any further. So that's the story of my 1835 1 Indian Rupee, fake or real. Hope to hear back from somebody to help me along. I shall post my e-address, and we'll see you next film. Take care. Bye.